Hey nerds, and welcome to Flash Theories and Conspiracies. I'm Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd. Flash is back after its brief hiatus. It was not a true hiatus like we saw on other shows, but we did get a little bit of a break, but it's back now. We had the episode Enter Flash Time, and this was a great episode for a few solid reasons. One, it's always great to see Jesse and Jay back with Barry and the whole team. But the first reason that I really want to mention is this week we really got to see how powerful Barry is. It may not have seemed like it at first glance, but the ability to run that fast within fractions of a second is incredible. And then to see the effect that flash time has on non-speedsters and other speedsters in general was great, because a lot of times we forget how powerful the Flash really is, especially when you take into account the character from the comics. Now, the problem with flash time as a plot device is, why doesn't he use this all the time? Anytime there's gunfire at play, enter flash time, and change things around. We saw an idea of this kind of thing in with Quicksilver in the X-Men films. He's done something like that. It wasn't as thought out as Flash Time is, and the explanation of it wasn't as great, but they did a good job with the visuals there. But this episode was really fantastic for showing how powerful Barry really is. So what else did we get? It was a nice break from the Thinker. I'm sure there's going to be a way that the Thinker is going to come into play with all of this, but it was a nice break from Barry moping and getting all cranky over the Thinker. That was just a nice change. Other stuff, the villain of the week. The villain really was the bomb, but the eco-terrorist group that set it off, they do actually come from the comics. Now, they're generally more associated with Green Arrow and Oliver Queen, but they did bring him here, or her here, for this thing. So the character's name, Veronica Dale Hyrax. She is the leader of this eco-terrorist group and the Eden Corps. In the comics, she first appeared Green Arrow number 97, and she's actually responsible for the first death of Oliver Queen. In the comics, he dies while trying to disarm the bomb, and that's when his son, is it Connor? Yeah, Connor Hawk becomes the Green Arrow after that, after his death. Now, eventually, Oliver Queen does get resurrected when Hal Jordan is the entity of the Spectre for a short period of time. But even after coming back, he doesn't take on the mantle of Green Arrow right away. But that's who the character is. They got her pretty spot on, the whole bombing, eco-terrorist thing. It's just she's not a Flash villain, she's a Green Arrow villain. But that was, so that was great. It was a nice use of a character that wasn't going to impact the larger picture, because they weren't going to kill Oliver Queen over in Arrow. So it made sense to use that character here. Now, the last two questions. One, we got to see our mystery future girl again. This is the girl who's been stalking Team Flash, and she had to go and meet with Caitlin and Harry at Jitters for some reason. We still don't know. A lot of people are speculating about who she is, that she is one of Barry's kids or grandkids from the future. So it'll be interesting to actually figure out why she's here. But the other question, and I actually don't have an answer for this next one, is who is Jay Garrick training on Earth 3 to be his replacement? I didn't have any time to look up those options, so I'm curious what you guys think. Is it going to be a speedster we've already known? Are they going to try and take a speedster and give him to Earth 3, maybe kind of like an Impulse or another lesser-known speedster? But what do you guys think? Who do you think this Earth 3 is? Maybe it's an Earth 3 version of Barry? Are we looking at Earth 3's Barry doppelganger, or maybe his Wally's doppelganger? What do you guys think? So until next time, I'm Brian from Good Nerd Bad Nerd, and this has been Flash, Theories, and Conspiracies.